Hello friends, today I'm going to show you a quick and simple way how to check your wheel bearings. This is mainly designed around trucks, the big trucks, the prime movers and your trailers. The technique is still the same whether you're running your 10 stud Americans or your spider rims, and it also doesn't really matter if it's your steer axles or your drive axles or your trailer axles. It's all the same technique. So these wheels, pretty much all of them have two bearings on them. There's an inner bearing and an outer bearing, and what that does is that it allows the wheels to rotate and not fall off. Now over time they actually wear out and they can get loose and overheat and fail. And so what you do, as done here, is that you jack up ideally the one side of the axle that you want. The reason you don't do both is that if you have the whole axle in the air, you can actually pick up some of the play on the other side as well. So you just jack up the one side. Now for your steers, they'll spin without the brakes being released. However, for your truck and your trailer tyres, you actually have to release the brakes. So you get out your wheel chocks, or you can even apply air to the trailer and not the truck, or the truck and not the trailer, but you just don't want your vehicle rolling. And the reason that you don't want the brakes locked on is because you will actually not physically be able to pick up any of the play in the wheel bearings because it'll be locked on by the brakes. So the way that you do it is that you're basically pushing on the top of a tyre. You can pull on the back of the top of a tyre. You can also put your foot down on the bottom of it and rock it back and forth. And if there's any play, you'll actually feel it clunk back and forth. And usually, for example, your drive axles or your trailer tyres, they will have a couple mil play because they actually use a lock nut which has it locks in increments. So either it'll be too tight, the nut will be too tight, and then your wheel bearings will overheat, and so it'll usually be one back. So you can have 2, 3, maybe 4 mil play, so a little bit of a bee's dick of a clunk. But if you have any more than 5 mil, if it's around 10 mil, like a centimetre, rocking back and forth, and it'll rock back and forth like this, then you'll definitely want it to get looked at and probably replaced. You can also spin it and try it in a different position just to see, because of the wheel bearing itself might actually have play on one side of the bearing and not the other, or one side of the cone and the bearing might actually be worn out. So that's the easiest way. It's not definitive. The only way you'll definitively know is if you actually pull the hub off and physically take the bearings out. And if you're going to do that, you may as well put new bearings in it anyway. But if you're buying a truck, or if your boss gives you a truck and a trailer and you're concerned, you've got a temp gun on it and it's running a bit hot, or as you touch when it's running, you're touching the hub and the hub's running super hot, especially if it's compared to the other ones, then this is something you can do in about 20 minutes. You jack it up, have a bit of a look, and then you're good to go. Alright, thank you.